Have you read this series? It's not that long. If you haven't read it, you could dedicate a day to get through all 4 of them, or just a couple hours over a couple of days. I don't know how long the audiobooks are. I don't imagine they're very long. If you've already listened to the audiobooks, you can leave a comment to let people know which ones are good quality, where to find them. I'm pretty sure you can find at least the first 2 books in the series at a bookstore in the children's section. I have found them in at least 3 stores because I look. Not in the young adult section though, which is probably a contributing factor in why Tamora Pierce is sort of slipping towards obscurity, but I think the writing stands strong enough on its own that I am of the opinion that the Song of the Lioness series is going to end up as a part of the fantasy canon over time, but that will not be something determined in my lifetime. Alanna, the lioness, main character of this series, is the most protagonist. There's all sorts of elements of this book that are do not do these days, but this series comes from the 1980s. This series was groundbreaking. This series is foundational in young adult fantasy literature. And this author has inspired the likes of Sarah J. Maas and Holly Black and Leigh Bardugo and me. In this series, Alanna is a neglected, angry 10-year-old who is about to be sent to the convent, and she refuses to go. So she convinces her twin brother to switch places with her, and he goes to the convent where they also teach young boys. He doesn't have to disguise himself as a girl. They also teach young boys in their early years of magic before sending them further on to their schooling. He wants to study magic. She wants to become a knight. So she disguises herself as a boy for 8 years to earn her shield, becoming the first lady knight in over 100 years in the kingdom of Tortal, laying the groundwork for these books. Alanna has red hair. Alanna has purple eyes. Alanna has a powerful magical gift, but she is afraid of it and refuses to use it for the first couple of years of her training, not even letting most of the people around her know that she had the magical gift. By contrast, her twin brother loved his magical gift. Alanna is plagued by self-doubt throughout the series because she is, as far as she's concerned, deceiving most of the people around her. She acts like herself. The only thing is she poses as a boy. So once her gender is revealed, there isn't really anything about her that changes that much, except now she is free to explore who she really could be when she doesn't have to pretend to be Alan instead of Alanna. I have heard from other podcasts that talk about Tamora Pierce that there is an edition of this series that includes an author's note from Tamora Pierce where she says that if the term genderqueer had existed at the time that she wrote this book, that is how she would define Alanna. Alanna is very comfortable in armor. Alanna is also comfortable in dresses. She was very excited to get her ears pierced when she was 20. She was absolutely freaked out by her period when she was 11 because she had nobody to tell her why she was suddenly bleeding. Out of curiosity, how many fantasy books have you read that deal with the topic of birth control? In this series, they have pregnancy charms that women can purchase and wear and decide when they're ready to have a child. Alanna also has a magical cat. Alanna is also one of the chosen by the Great Mother Goddess. Alanna swears. Alanna has a real temper that gets her in trouble. Alanna makes mistakes and she doesn't make them again. She pushes herself to measure up to anyone around her until she becomes the king's champion by the end of the series. And though that may not have been her goal when she set out to earn her shield, that is absolutely where she needed to be in the end. Alanna has the opportunity to kill her arch nemesis, not once, but twice. This series did suffer a little bit in being cut from an adult novel into 4 young adult books. You can tell it most in some of the pacing issues, but that does become something of a bonus in making it that much quicker to read and get to the next one. And if you want longer books, Tamora Pierce has longer books. I think that's all I need to say for this video right now. As per usual, I forgot to say that there are spoilers, but we have reached the end of the video. I've said an overview of what I wanted to say. I may do a couple other videos where I talk about Alanna's 3 lovers or her 3 fathers, or specifically about her brother Tom, who I felt more sad for reading this series this time around than I had previously. He's fairly absent from the page, but he is most definitely not absent from Alanna's heart and her thoughts, and I realized that more this time than I ever did before. If you read the series, please let me know what you think. If you haven't read the series, please come back once you do, because you really should if you like young adult fantasy literature. Feel free to check out some of the other Tamora Pierce videos on this channel or writing related ones. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you with the next one.